Everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Pacer. Pacer is developed and published by RA Games, and it comes out today on Xbox. The price is normally $39.99, but it's on sale for $31.99. Alright, so what is Pacer? Well, Pacer is a ultimate combat racing game. In this game, you are in a sci-fi environment, racing in anti-gravity, and sort of a game that it sort of reminds me of is F-Zero X from back in the day. This game is very skill-based, and as you progress through the game, it's going to get a lot harder, and you're going to require you to be pretty good with the technical aspect of racing, and you're going to have to choose how you build out your craft in order to, with weapons and things, in order to figure out how you want to ensure that you can get to the front of each race. In the game, you have the ability to do lots of different types of customizations. You have different speed classes. You have different types of weapons, like some mines or some rockets that you can shoot at enemies that are nearby, and other things of nature. You can also customize and tune the parameters with your vehicle, such as engine, braking, handling, and other things. And that's going to make a difference for how your craft actually runs. All these things are actually really well done in this because it's not too complicated, but there's enough there that you can really tell a difference when you make different changes, and can make races easier or harder depending on if you make good decisions with how you build out your craft and what weapons and things you put on it. There's a lot of different items, options. So you could also be built out to be more of a defensive craft versus an offensive craft. It really just depends on when you look at the track that you're going to have to do, and even if you do a couple attempts on it to see what would work best with the track and the opponents you have for that race, then you can go and actually make those changes in order to fix that, to make certain that your ship is ready, or your craft is ready to for the best possible setup that you need for that race. It's a very intuitive game. Like I said, it's just kind of like, in some aspect, I was kind of doing trial and error in some tracks in order to figure out what would probably be the best way to go about the track, just to get a feel for the track. And then I would find some, I would figure out, by doing that, I would figure out how I needed to progress around the track. This game is rather difficult when it comes to the difficulty of the races. Not so difficult that you're going to have a lot of problems, but it's just kind of like you want to utilize it in order to, you're going to sometimes play races multiple times, and that's going to help you figure out the best maneuvers in order to get around the tracks. Overall, I'm a big racing game guy, so this was definitely piqued my interest, and I also was a big fan of the F-Zero X game back on, I don't even know what system it was on way back in the day. Maybe Xbox, or sorry, maybe Nintendo 64, maybe? I don't even know. I just remember this game. I mean, I just got that feeling when I was playing this, so maybe some other people will feel the same way, maybe some won't. But that's kind of the feel that I had for it so far. As for the sound quality in the game and everything is really good. There's obviously different sounds for different weapons and different things that occur in the game. There's also, some good music in the game while you're racing that's catchy for what kind of racing you're doing. I'm going to talk about the achievements for a moment. They are quite difficult. You'll kind of get them as you go. There's nothing that's extremely challenging from the perspective of you won't be able to get it done. but a lot of it's just for completing stuff and then doing kind of different types of things like um, uh, traveling certain distances, flying, and different types of achievements for like doing stuff in career mode and also just winning races and uh, collecting different types of things while you progress around the track. When it comes to pickups, like for instance picking up mines and then also just earning credits overall. Um, there's a lot of different types of achievements in this game, but it's definitely going to be a game that's going to take some time. Obviously, it's a pretty big game, so um, it's not going to be the type of game that you're going to be able to get all the achievements in 30 minutes like a lot of games that sometimes come out. But if you're into racing games, this is definitely one of the better racing games out there. I've played, obviously, a heck of a lot of racing games in my day, and as far as um, the games that I like, this is definitely up there. Um, One of the best non well-known games that I've played in recent times. Compared to like Need for Speed or Forza and other types of games. This is definitely up, kind of to their level in the quality of the game itself. There also is online play where you can play against friends or just do matchmaking, and that's quite a bit of fun as well. Again, the same thing kind of exists. You just got to figure out what kind of setup you want to use. Whether you're going to be offensive or defensive, and all sorts of different things. The game itself also has a nice little stat sheet that's going to tell you all the information about what you've done to this point in the game, and that's going to be nice to see just for your own purposes. There's also a garage which you can customize pretty much at any time. Your different how you want to build out your ship, and obviously there's lots of different things that can go with that. Like I said before, um, and then there's quick play, which you can do lots of different options. Which you've got quick race, time trial, speed lap, destruction, elimination, endurance, storm, and momentum. Most of these different game types are going to be stuff you're going to do through your career. But if you haven't if you haven't gotten very far in career and you want to try out all the different ones, this is a good place you can do that. And then, of course, you can also just check out each of the tracks as well by playing these things. And there's quite a few tracks in the game, actually. A decent amount for a game like this. I think there's about maybe 15 tracks. Um, 14, I think. I just counted. Yeah, so it's definitely a nice little solid little game. Um, I definitely think that it's relatively priced fairly for what it is. Racing games typically run a little more expensive than, uh, well, I mean, a lot of racing games are gonna run you $60. This one's 40, and I think this one is actually definitely worth it. This game is a quality, well made, well put together racing game. And if you like F-Zero X back in the day, you're probably gonna like this quite a bit. This is definitely something that I was looking forward to, and was looking forward to reviewing as well, because this is something that I enjoy, and this game did not leave anything off the table that I was disappointed about, and the game itself just works as intended. The I was gonna point out that in the controls, you have total freedom to adjust the controls to whatever buttons that you want. Um, and then even the game has a nice little setting on the music settings, so that if you want to stream the game, you can stream it safely without risking any type of stuff. And for also reviewing purposes or putting videos on YouTube, it's taking out all the songs that you might get hit with things. So that was a nice little addition that they just kind of kicked in there. Uh, this game was just a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna give the game a 9 out of 10 because overall, There wasn't anything that I found in the game that was really messed up. It's just a difficult game. I think some people will have a little trouble with it if they're not well versed in racing games. But I don't want that to take away from people's. I don't want people to take away and not play it because of that. Once you get used to the controls and the settings of the game, or however you want to set them, it's going to get more intuitive as you go, and you're going to get better. And so, uh, don't get discouraged early on. Not only that, but the game actually offers lots of options when you're playing through career. That's gonna so, like you can do certain types of different goals for each of each race, and that allows you to kind of progress. And that's gonna change what kind of like, for instance, there might be one goal that says you just need to beat a specific player in each event, or one goal that's for completing each event in first place, or one goal for just getting 2 destructions during each event. There's different things of that nature, so you get to kind of choose in a lot of places how you're going to go through the races. That's pretty much all I have to say about this. Overall, just a fun game. Highly recommend it, and let us know if you pick it up and what you think about it. Have a nice day, everybody.